I've been using the Trade Explorer for over 8 months now, and I'm pleased to say that this grid martingale system hasn't blown my account. Today I will walk you through its performance, results and risks. By the end of this video you will have all the information you need to make an informed decision about whether this trading robot is right for you. Let's dive in. If I show you one of my VPSs, you will see that I have it on a Darwinex account and the total profit is $29,398.61. And if I show you all of the trades that were opened and closed, I will need to scroll for quite a long time. You will see that I'm going back to November and October last year, and I have started trading this robot around end of July, right in here. So you can see that the first trade with the Trade Explorer was opened on the 28th of July 2023. And if I show you the open trades, you will see that the last open trades were on the 29th of March 2024. So it's exactly 8 months that I've been trading the Trade Explorer fully automatically on my Darwinex account. I will show you the my FX book track record with the Trade Explorer, where I am paying for the live updates. Yep, if you don't know, you have to pay to have this live check, which for me is important, so the account will be updated regularly. And you can see that starting from the 8th of July it was performing really steadily up until 2nd of October. There was a drawdown, then there were a few bigger drawdowns at the equity, and since the end of October it's been performing really steady in the account. It gained 30%, but the drawdown is 42.37, and this is why I'm trading it on Darwinex Zero. I wouldn't take such a risk on a personal life account. On Darwinex Zero, for €38 a month, I receive 100,000 euro virtual account that I can use for grid systems, and this is what I decided to use for the Trade Explorer, because these huge drawdowns you can see right in here make the expert advisor very risky for live accounts, and at the same time it makes it super risky for prop firms, because you will lose your account if there are such huge drawdowns. Of course, if you're lucky to hit a period where the expert advisor is just hitting the take profit and it's not adding to a losing position like a typical grid system, you might pass a challenge. But I prefer Darwinex because there you don't lose the account even if you have a bigger drawdown, and a little bit later in the video I'll explain how it minimizes the risk. But let me show you a little bit more about the performance of the Trade Explorer. You will see that currently there are 11 open trades with negative $578, which is just below 0.5% for the account, but obviously there were times when the open losses were bigger. If I show you the monthly performance, you will see that in March it gained nearly 9%, in February 5.9%, and January was negative with 3.25%. Back in 2023 we had a negative December, positive November and October. So with the risk I selected in the account, I expect somewhere between 8 and 10% when the month is profitable. And what is the risk I have selected? I'll go to the expert advisor properties, and you will see that I have decided to use a fixed lot of 0.3, which means that new trades start with 0.3. And of course there is a martingale system, and the settings that I have selected to use is to use average martingale, and average percent target is 0.1. And for example, you can see that I had one trade opened with $CAD, the amount is 0.30, the consecutive trade is with 0.36, and the next one is with 0.43. So it's not a very aggressive martingale system. However, I don't want want you to take any of these settings or inputs as a piece of financial advice or recommendation. If you decide to trade with the robot, I would strongly suggest you to contact the developers and ask for your custom set files suitable for the trading account you will be using. And let me show you why Darwinex is suitable for grid martingale systems. So that's the performance I have from earlier last year. I was testing different expert advisors at the beginning. This drop right here is not from the Trade Explorer, it was from another expert advisor, and I actually started using the Trade Explorer to try and recover this account that was already on a loss, and it succeeded and it's actually already on a profit. Now I already received allocation with a Darwinex of 25,000 euro, and you might be surprised with the total return that I have. And obviously if you look at the months, you will see that the return per month is different from what you saw on my FX book, where February was 5.89 and March is 8.95. In the Darwinex account, I have 0.68 in February and 1.35% in March. This is because the risk engine in Darwinex is lowering the percentage when you are on profit, and at the same time it's minimizing the risk when you are on a loss. And you can see the Darwin risk on my left side. I'll click on it and you can notice that, for example, I have a contract of 0.3 lots on MetaTrader, and you can see it right in my open trades. And if I minimize it, you will see that the current risk ratio is 0.40, which means that the Darwin risk engine opened 0.12 as trading amount. This way it is lowering the risk for the investors that might be copying my strategy or that might be buying my Darwinex index. And that's a grid martingale system, right? It might happen that it will add to the position and it will add to the position and the market will go against me, and at one moment the lots will be so huge that the investors won't be able to handle it. That is why the risk engine calculated that with this strategy that I am using, the current risk ratio should be 0.4, and this is how it calculated what amount to trade, so it will minimize the risk for the investors. And I decided in this video to make it clear how it works with the investors and the traders in Darwinex. So Darwinex is a crowdsourced hedge fund where investors contribute with their cash and traders contribute with their trade ideas, or in my case I contribute with the expert advisor and the strategy behind this expert advisor. And what the hedge fund does is to pack my idea into an index, and if the investors vote for this index or if they buy the index, the fund will play the trades against the market. If the trades are losing, the hedge fund loses money and the investors lose money. Now, if the trades are profitable, we all make money. The hedge fund makes money and the investors make money. They take 80% from the profits, and the remaining 20% is split between the hedge fund and the traders. We get 15% performance fee and 5% is left for Darwinex, which is the hedge fund. This is why I prefer to trade the Trade Explorer on Darwinex, because the risk is carried by the hedge fund and the investors, and if I am profitable, I'll still get 15%, or this is actually 75% of the profits left after the investors get their share. This is how hedge funds work, and as I said, the most suitable place if you have a grid martingale system. Last thing you need to know is that the investors open their account with Darwinex.com, which is regulated by the FCA, and traders, just like like me, open the accounts with Darwinex Zero. At the sign up fee is €95, but you can check out the link down below in the description to open your account with a discount, and you will pay €38 a month to keep the account. And if I go back to the Darwinex account, you will see that so far with the allocation I have received, I have a total profit of €517.88, and this is the profit that I made with the capital that I'm managing. This is the €25,000 that was allocated to my Darwinex index, and from this amount I will be able to withdraw €77.68, which is exactly 15% of the total profit. But I'll have to wait a bit because the threshold for withdrawal is €100. If I go to payments and I click on earnings, you will see that I need to have more than €100 in a balance, which I already have in another account where I received higher allocation and I made more profits, but I'll leave that for the next video where I might demonstrate the withdrawing process. As always guys, thanks so much for staying with me until the end. Before you go, check out this video on my site to learn more about another grid system that I'm using. Check out all the links down below, and I'll see you in the next video. You trade safe and don't forget that I love you. Cheers.